I'm here with Frank Antonacci, trainer at the Lindy Farm Stable. And Frank, you guys are off to another good start, success through the Sire Stakes, and you must be looking forward to the Grand Circuit meet this year.
Yeah, this is a special place in our heart. I grew up coming here, and obviously the family involvement. It's a special place in harness racing and for our family, and we really gear up for this meet every year. I believe, and I think many of us believe, that this is the truest test of a horse at this place on the fairest racetrack, mile track, best drivers, best trainers in the world. You really get to see the horse's true abilities. No excuses here.
It's hard to hide here. And for a long time, your father and you have pointed the horses toward the late summer and into the fall, which has paid great dividends, especially the way the schedule has moved around through the years. Now you come through Lexington on your way this year to Hoosier for the Breeders' Crown.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting twist this year with the Breeders' Crown coming up right around the corner, like 3 weeks after the meet. I think many of us are planning on staying right here at the Red Mile until then, which is obviously going to be great for the horses, keep them on a great track. I think the horses will freshen up and sound up on this surface, and should shape up for a great Breeders' Crown.
There's no finer place. I think people do well here. Horses do exceptionally well. You can see a horse that comes from the all-weather track, some of them that have been racing hard for a while, and when they set foot on the red clay here at the Red Mile, their ears go up and they just start smiling.
Yeah, I mean, the last race I think is a great example. Linda takes a Chapter 7 out of New York, comes down here and comes first up and doesn't stop. I would like to hear what Linda says about it, but I think the track had to help her.
It's an interesting angle for the guys that are playing the horses, too. And in your stable, in real life, your family has a number of businesses, a beautiful country club in Connecticut, and you're not spending quite as much time with the horse racing as you did. You're more involved now with the family business, and you recently announced that you promoted your second trainer.
Yeah, today was a great day. Domenico Cecere has been an integral part of our success for over the last 10 years. And over the last 5, there's been a conscious effort to really groom him into the head trainer for the stable. You know, obviously for me and my family, that's an important position. And we wanted to make sure that we were most certain on the person that would take that role. And we're very pleased with the decision and look forward to supporting Domenico for years to come.
Yeah, that's great. We were talking for a minute before we came on about your perspective is a young man's perspective on our business, and certainly there's need for change. And one of the things that you've done is that you've asked your drivers to wear stable colors, which is the norm in the thoroughbreds. And it's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, you know, it's somebody said to me the other day regarding Domenico, you know, he's so excited after you win. And it kind of struck me, because if you're not going to be excited after you win, then I think you should probably get out of the business. And for an owner, you know, if you're batting 300, 350, 400, you're doing pretty good. So there's a lot more strikeouts than wins. So to empower the owner to have the option to have his brand out there on display is just an added wrinkle that I think would add to the allure of our sport and possible ownership, or at least give the owners a little bit more due as they put their money and soul into these horses.
I agree with you. I think that it, would attract maybe an element that we don't have. With just about a minute left to talk, I wanted you to speak for a second about what the dual eligibility Kentucky Sire Stakes means to your stable and how you approach it differently and the opportunities that it affords you.
Yeah, I think dual eligibility, obviously 2 is better than 1. Go to Walmart, you know that. But no, in all seriousness, I think that the dual eligibility, especially in a place like Kentucky, the greatest place to raise a horse, standardbred, thoroughbred, or sport horse.
Absolutely.
I think it lends itself to exactly what Kentucky is here for in the bluegrass, is being the nursery of great horses. And the state mare residency part of the program just makes a lot of sense. And I think you're starting to see with other trainers coming on to the fact that you could spend 3-4 weeks down here to develop your horses for the big races later. I think it's a great program. I'm sure you're going to see it grow over the next few years.
Yeah, I agree completely. It gives you an opportunity to come here from the Meadowlands and prepare your young horses and put them on their best foot. Frank, I'm looking forward to what goes on this fall here. I know you are. International money for the fraternity, a lot of things to be excited about.
Yeah, it's a great place. Everybody enjoy themselves and be safe and have a good time.
Thanks for taking a minute to join us. Gabe, race 3 next.